what is going on, everybody? Hope you are having a great week. If you've been on the channel for a while, you know I've talked a fair amount about a game called Koboo, the Tree Spirit, including having not one, but 2 interviews with the developer, Jerome LaBelle from Honest Road Games. So fun individual to talk to, really great guy, really excited and passionate about his game. And so over the course of time, there's been a demo that's been available, I think ever since last year, and just recently, like the last week or so, he put out a prologue. So a prologue is basically a little bit more extra content in anticipation for the release is going to be coming later on this summer. So there's another like early access release coming in July, and then the full release happening in August. So it's sort of the roadmap. So it gives players a chance to kind of play more of what is going on. So I'm going to explain what is involved, what is in the prologue, what is different from the demo, some of the things that I like, some of the things that I wish could be improved, and then we'll just go from there. But excited to be able to play more of this game. But if you don't know what Koboo the Tree Spirit is, I'm going to tell you. So the description says, explore the free prologue of Koboo the Tree Spirit, an action roguelike platformer where you battle against towering hunters as a tiny spirit, forge powerful synergies, battle seemingly gigantic bosses, and rebuild your home. No grinding required. So yeah, fun gameplay loop. It's been a lot of fun. Been playing this a lot ever since it's been up. And so let's talk about, so what is different in this prologue than in the initial demo that has been up for probably I mean almost a year or something. Not maybe almost a year, maybe like 6 months, I think, like that. It hasn't been that long, I think like 6 months. But so more stories presented. So in the demo, there was more of just like a combat demo that had maybe just one stage in there, and it was continuously getting updated just to see the things that he was putting in there. But now you have more of the story, and as you've seen from the trailer, you can fish, you can talk to more animal spirits, you have more of the backstory of what is going on in Koboo the Tree Spirit. So think about Fern Gully. So Fern Gully, but mixed with Avatar, Koboo is a tree spirit, as the name suggests, and he is protecting his home world from these hunters, which are actually humans. So it actually is to scale. So he's a very tiny tree spirit fighting off against humanity. So a war between nature and humans. There's a deeper message about climate change in this. So all the things that you would expect from a classic man versus nature kind of vibe. So you are fighting off against these huge bosses, but they're just regular sized humans, which they would be to us. So there's more of the story presented in this particular prologue. There's also more stages and more enemies. So there's actually multiple biomes, and they have a specific theme presented, a specific color palette. One of the earlier levels has more hunters and knights. Another one has more ninjas and monks, and another one, even what I think to be like, is probably maybe the final boss of this prologue, which is more like a guy that carries around a minigun. You'll face him if you play the prologue already. You'll see that that's what that boss is at the very beginning, the one that you really couldn't beat at the beginning. So you have a little bit more enemy variety, you have a little bit more stage variety, so you have a little bit more just freedom of movement, exploration within those different biomes. There's also like an incredible amount of accessibility options, and I think that was even in the demo. As the demo was getting updated, I noticed that he was adding more and more accessibility options. I mean, it's some crazy stuff in there. Like for example, you could change the color of the effects, like the color, like as you see in the gameplay, that there's hitboxes that the enemies will indicate that when they're going to attack, if that makes any sense. I'm not even speaking plain English, but there are active hitboxes that you can see that when they are done, that's when the enemy does their attack, and they have certain ranges and certain limits and all that. But you can change the color of the effects of that. Koboo himself, some of the other things, you can also increase his damage. You can also show the cooldown indicators to show like when the cooldown is ready for your dashes. So that's really cool. There's a lot of accessibility options, like more than I would have thought of. So shout out to you, Jerome, for making all of these accessibility options. So it's really cool to see how much care there was put into these options into this prologue. It's also a meta regression with fishing and gardening. You use favor to unlock things like new weapons, new animal abilities, new passives that are going on with your character of Koboo. So it just unlocks more abilities that you can unlock when you go on your next runs, because on every single run you can, you know, get 3 weapons, and then you get animal abilities, and you get more passives along with those weapons as well. So this is just giving you the ability to unlock more things in your runs to help you fight off your enemies. So really cool. So you get 2 weapon slots and 2 animal abilities, right, in total. So what I like about this, I really love the combat. I've talked about this already. I've loved the combat in this game. It always has felt good to me, which was very fast at the first time. The first time I really played this demo, I think when I played this in Steam Next Fest, like way back in the day, I thought it was really fast, but I can tell that he really toned down how like fast you're moving around, because at first you were just kind of slipping and sliding around, but it feels like it's more controlled. There's a lot of movement in there. There's a triple jump, and so it feels like this game really wants you to be in the air a lot of vertical movement. So there's a triple jump, there's a parachute, and even some weapons have passives that give you more damage as you are in the air. There's a spear that has an ability called Hummingbird, which as you are in the air, it increases the damage in which you hit enemies. So there's that. So there's a lot of verticality in the movement, also a lot of horizontal movement because you're dashing, but I feel like you just want to be in the air all the time. Just a lot of jumping, a lot of air time. So runs are also fairly short and sweet, and the levels are simple, and you can pop in and out at any time. So I didn't feel like any of these levels or these runs overstayed their welcome. I was getting several runs in, I mean, because I died a lot. But also, even with like the bosses and even getting to the end of it, it's not a very long game, because it's just a prologue. So you're getting kind of just more of an extended demo, more of a vertical slice of what you're going to be doing in the main game. So there's, simple runs are fairly short, at least in this prologue. There's also like a last chance mechanic. So essentially you have 3 hearts in total. So every time you get hit, you lose a heart. But when you get hit the last time, you have a timer that will cool down, and once you defeat an enemy, you will gain 1 heart back. And if you don't, you will die and you will respawn and go on your next run. So I thought that was a really cool idea to include a last chance mechanic in there to kind of give you more just abilities to go further on when you run. There's also good visual indicators from the enemy hitboxes, as I talked about earlier. You're moving a lot, so it's good to see when an enemy is going to attack, especially when you can change the color of those hitboxes. And also there's some animal abilities that can slow down time and parry and stun. So things like snake and turtle. I think the snake was probably my funnest animal ability, which turns you into like a ball of lightning. Hopefully you're seeing that in some of the footage that I'm showing you here. There's also a turtle ability which blocks damage, but it also can slow down time once you upgrade that. There are certain points in levels that you can upgrade not only your weapons but also your animal abilities, so you'll get to see that upgrade path that you choose. So I thought that was really well. There's also a good amount of weapon variety. They're not all unlocked at the start, but you can unlock more with favor, as I talked about earlier. Some of my favorites are the spear and the magma orb, which is essentially just like a little ball of fire that just is swirling around you. And I thought it was amazing because it's a passive and you don't have to worry about it, and it stays with you the whole time, so it gives you extra damage as you're using other weapons. And so there's a lot of synergies, and you can create good synergies, but I found that the magma orb was probably like the best weapon that could basically synergize with every single other weapon, because it stays out with you all the time, so it's constantly hitting enemies or as you're trying to figure out more weapons. So I thought that was really good as well. But I do think that there's some things that could be improved from the prologue, and hopefully, Jerome, if you're watching this, and hopefully you are, that you can take this to heart. Hopefully try to do this the best I can. It seems that it was a little bit unstable at launch. I felt like when it was popping up, some of the frames were dipping a little bit. It happened on my PC. It also happened on the Steam Deck as well. So I don't know if that was just me or if anybody else has experienced this as well. I felt like when you initially start up, it's just still loading in, and so it didn't feel like the game was like really ready to go until I was really in the game, if that makes any sense at all. So it just felt like the game was still loading in even as I was trying to get into it. So yeah, also this only happened twice, and I didn't get any in the footage. If I did it again, I'll try to send you a screenshot, Jerome. But there's a code error that crashed the game. So kind of had a couple crashes. Like I said, I didn't get anything else, but it only happened a couple times. So I don't know if it happens again. I'll let you know, maybe send you a screenshot and show you what that's about. And I don't know if anybody else has experienced any crashes as well. So perhaps something to watch out for as well. And I don't know if I really enjoyed some of the obstacles within these levels. So you'll see the levels have some spinning axes and some spikes in there. And understand that adds a level of challenge to it. But I felt like because of how big the enemies are, I just felt like it felt like it was too clustered together with the enemies. And so it was more of just like a minor annoyance, which I guess that's what obstacles are. But personally, for me, I felt like they were a little bit out of place, and maybe the placement of those could be improved in somewhat. So this is my personal opinion. I'm not sure if I really enjoyed those obstacles in some of the levels, but in any case, I thought this is a well-made prologue so far. Jerome, you're doing a great job, and I can see the love and care that you have for this game, and I'm so excited to see more when this game releases. And of course, anybody who backed this game, and forgot to mention that this had a very successful Kickstarter, so anyone who's backed this game already is already enjoying it, and I'm glad to see that more people are picking this up and wanting to play it. And so I'm just doing my part to let people know about this amazing game. And like I said, there will be more of an early access thing coming out at the end of July, but the full release of Koboo the Tree Spirit will be coming out at the end of August. I believe it's August 26th, according to the roadmap that I've seen on Steam. But go ahead and play this prologue right now. Download it and get your hands on it, and just play it, and let people know. Let Jerome know. He is very good with responding to criticism and responding to feedback of all kinds. And so this is basically my version of giving him feedback, which also provides you content and context to what this game Koboo the Tree Spirit is about. So let me know in the comments if what you think about Koboo the Tree Spirit, and if you're enjoying it, and if you like what you see here, go ahead and wishlist it and follow for more, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more indie game related things. Got a couple reviews coming out here next month. Excited to talk about more indie games. And yeah, thank you so much. My name is Chike, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out.